Hello, good day, everyone. Welcome. My name is Stephen Simon. You're watching Liberate Yourself from Chronic Pain, and this is probably the most important video I've done to date. Okay, and the reason for that is it has to do with our children, our most prized possession, our loved ones, an extension of ourselves, and their health. Okay. And sometimes we want to protect our children, but we're not protecting them, we're harming them. And I'm going to be very, very um transparent in this video. I just have to. The topic just, I have to. I might even curse. Okay, so if that offends you, then please leave this video. This is not the video for you to watch, but I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna tell you how I feel and what I believe. And some of my thoughts may even be extreme, but it's how I see it. I don't see it any other way, and I can't sugarcoat it. Okay, so again, if this offends you, this is not the video for you to watch. Okay, go watch one of my other videos. All right, now what I'm talking about is telling your children or letting them know, do they have sickle cell anemia? That they have sickle cell, not do they have it. They do have it. And their parent, have not told them. You are either too scared to tell them, or you're not ready to tell them. Okay? Why is that? And the way I see this is like, it's just, first of all, it's very dangerous. It's a very, very dangerous scenario, and it's like playing Russian roulette with your children's life, not even your own life, your children's life. Okay? And another way I see it is that you go to the doctor, and they do tests on you. The doctor can see that you have cancer, you're positive for cancer, but he's not ready to tell you. He hasn't told you. You are experiencing symptoms, and your doctor hasn't told you, right? Except I'm referring to your child. You are your child's primary health care provider, right? They look to you. And if you know your child has an illness, and I'm not talking about a young child, 2 or 3 year old, I'm talking about a pre-adolescent teen, okay, that can fully understand, they can comprehend, and children are resilient. They can handle anything. And I find that, this is not a parenting video. It's not a parenting video, but I believe that it's if you are that parent that are afraid to tell your child that they have sickle cell anemia, you're doing your child a disservice. You're not protecting them. I don't know what it is, but it's just wrong. Okay, I've spoken to a few other mothers. I needed to speak to a mother's perspective, because this is a mother telling me this. And mothers with sickle cell at that, okay, in positions that one lady was the president of a sickle cell association of a city here in Canada. The other lady is also a nurse in the healthcare profession, and she says it's wrong. Actually, the mother is a nurse in this scenario, and she hasn't told the child. I don't understand it. I just can't fathom. I can't find any reasoning in that thought process. Okay, but let me get on to the dangers of this, because it's very, very serious, and I don't take it lightly at all. I had this conversation on the phone, and I had to, I was getting livid just hearing the bullshit excuses of why, she couldn't tell her child because of her not being ready. I just, it's such a dangerous thing to be putting your child's life in danger like that. And so let me get on to what some of the dangers are. And first of all, children are susceptible of getting strokes and organ failure with sickle cell anemia. Okay, and children with sickle cell also have an enlarged spleen, okay, which is located on the upper left part of your abdomen, right? And if that spleen has a hard puncture, like through physical contact, that child can bleed internally. Okay, me myself, let me tell you a story. Me myself, growing up, I used to take Taekwondo, and I loved it. I was good at it. Okay, I was going through the levels, and my favorite thing to do was sparring, and which included tournaments and stuff like that. And that was the real contact in knowing in your skill, right? But then I learned that my spleen was enlarged. First of all, you hear what I said? I learned. That means I knew I had sickle cell. I learned that my spleen was enlarged, and I had to make a decision, if I wanted to continue with the sport, that I can only practice the techniques, which is an individual skill. Okay, I can't, it's not a contact, part of the sport. And so that to me made it boring. That took away my love of the sport. And so I decided I wasn't going to continue with it, because it was in the best interest of my own health. Okay, and it's not even, oh my gosh, this just hurts. I really took a lot of time before making this video, to think about it, and be a little, become a little emotional about this topic, because it's such a dangerous thing that some parents, I don't know any other parent that does this, but if you are that parent, you're doing your child a major, major, major disservice. Okay, now children also, they need to see a hematologist. If you have this condition, you need to get your eyes checked regularly. There's so many parts of your organs that need to be followed up with on an annual basis, especially if you are having symptoms. It's not even a child with the sickle cell trait. This is a child with the sickle cell disease that is experiencing symptoms, asking their mom, why is my name on the board at school? So the teacher must have the child's name on the board at school as a reminder for herself that, or I don't think he's the only child, but other children that may have concerns that she needs to keep in mind, right? And so he's like, why is my name on the board? And she tells her child, well, it's just for you to drink a lot of water. Okay. Why are you lying to your children? Parents, don't lie to your children. Okay, if they have something, tell them what it is. Children are resilient. They could bounce back from it. It's not going to hurt their ego, their not their ego, sorry, it's not going to hurt their self-esteem. They're not going to feel, they may feel a little bit different. I know, when I was growing up, I had to I couldn't participate in all of the activities in physical education class. Okay, so gym class, sometimes I had to sit out, but I mean, it it was no fault of my own, and it's a health concern. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Okay, so kids will get over that. They'll understand, you know if you talk to a child and you tell them something, the first thing they're going to ask is why, right? If you talk to your children, again, this is not a parenting video, but if you talk to your children and you send them to bed, like, why do I have to go to bed? Why do I have to do homework? Why do I have to do chores? Why do I have to pick up my toys? Why? And all you have to do is explain to them, you know, why they have sickle cell, what causes it. It's in their bloodstream, and if you can't do it, then get some help. Someone that can, a doctor or someone that can talk to your children, you and your children together on this disease, and what you need to do on a daily basis to protect yourself, including medications that you may be needing to take. All right. It's almost, again, the same to me. I see it as parents talk to their children and they tell them about, these are your body parts, and people shouldn't touch your body in any inappropriate way. If mommy or daddy touches you in these spots, let me know. Okay. No one else is supposed to touch you there except for mommy and daddy, in washing and cleaning and personal hygiene, that sort of thing. And we talk to our children about that at a very young age. Like, they may not even fully understand why you're telling them that, but we still talk to them about that. And now this is a pre-adolescent teen. Okay, so before teenage, just before a teenager, I believe 11 and 9. And so they're well enough to understand, and you refuse to tell them. And I'm gonna be straight, it was making me mad. I just had to come off the phone because just the nonsense that was being told to me, I can't sugarcoat it. I can't pretend like yeah, okay, you're right, I understand, because I don't understand it, and I just think it's wrong. Okay, if you aren't ready to talk to your child about their disease, if whatever it is, it doesn't even have to be sickle cell. If you're not ready to talk to your pre-adolescent child about their disease and how to protect themselves from the dangers of this disease, then you might as well be ready to bury your child. Because with a disease as serious as sickle cell anemia, it only takes one sickle cell crisis. One crisis can be fatal to your life. Okay? And by sickle cell crisis, I mean that's what happens when you're feeling the pain. You're experiencing the pain on a severe level. Okay? That's when the point where you have to go to the hospital, get IV fluids, get pain meds and that sort of thing. And by not taking them to the hospital and thinking that you can manage it at home, you're putting your child's life in danger. I don't know if that has ever happened, if he's ever gotten to, if they've ever gotten to that extreme pain, but not letting them know, or being afraid to tell them, or not wanting to tell them, is wrong. It's not fair to the child. Okay? If you're that parent, I mean, get some help, seek some help. I offered help. I offered this young lady help of people that she can speak to, in telling her child, and she rejected it. And I'm just like, okay, what about the father? He hasn't told them either. Okay, the father's in their life. They both have, the mother and father both are aware of this disease, but don't want to tell the children. That's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Sickle cell, unfortunately, has a stigma around it. That it's either a curse, a death sentence, and possibly, even a shortened life expectancy. And sometimes parents may even feel like, okay, when they get older, it's gonna go away, so I don't need to tell them. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but it's not gonna go away. It's not something that when you get older, it heals itself. It just does not go away. Okay, your child has to learn to advocate for themselves. Okay, I am talking from experience, because in the system of the in going to hospitals now, there's a big difference in the children's pediatric care to the adult care. And in the children's, they will be compassionate to your pain, your child's pain. In the hospital, nurses will give your child, it's children, they'll give them more attention than needed. But when you're an adult and you have to advocate for yourself, first of all, you have to know what's wrong with you. And this child, this pre-adolescent child, is almost at the in-between stage between pediatric care and adult care, and he doesn't know he has the disease. And that, when you go to the hospital as an adult in emergency, they look at it as you are seeking drugs, you're seeking painkillers, you're you have an addiction. And not every doctor or nurse understands the severity of the pain. Like, these are some of my pain meds. Sorry, not my pain meds. This is my hydroxyurea. And hydroxyurea is a cancer pill. So if I'm getting a cancer medication for my sickle cell anemia, it is that serious. Okay, and this is something that hydroxyurea, look it up. I'll do a video on it later, but look it up. This drug right here is something that they are promoting to children. So if they're well enough to give parents, if doctors are prescribing parents cancer medication, do you not think that it's well enough for the parent to tell their child about their sickness, their own sickness, and what's going on in their own body? What if something happens to that parent and you're leaving it up to someone else to tell them this information? I just can't process that thought process. I can't process that thought process, if that makes sense. I don't know. I need your feedback. I need some understanding. I need someone to explain this to me. Let me know what your thoughts are. Give this video a thumbs up. If you've gotten some value from it, if you learned anything from this, because I take it very serious, and I want you to know that if you're that parent, like, you need to seek help. You need to talk to your children. You can't be afraid to talk to your children. It's just It's just wrong and unfair. And as I said, I thought long and hard before, making this video. And, I wrote down some of the most important things that I think about the child needs to know, even the parent needs to know. The dangers of not telling your children. Again, it's like going to the doctor and the doctor not telling you what's wrong with you. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Give me your feedback. Again, my name is Steven Simon. You're watching Liberate Yourself from Chronic Pain. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you.